Hey everyone, this is Zach, and today we actually got some news. Now, Season 2 of Series 1 just started tonight. I actually just got done trying to do something with Frostmoth, and Series 2 has already been announced. This is being reported from Cerebi. We're on the page here, and it says that Series 2 is basically going to be the same as Series 1, except Paradox Pokemon will be allowed. Now, this is concerning for me because I didn't get really any experience with the Paradox Mons because I figured they would be banned for Series 1, so I built teams without them, and that benefited me for a week. And now they're coming back, so it's something that you'll have to get prepared for. It's something that you'll probably see a ladder show up on Showdown now that it's officially confirmed. And let's take a look at what we're going to see now. So what's possible now is Iron Hands, Iron Jugulus, Iron Moth, Iron Thorns, Iron Treads, Iron Valiant, Iron Bundle, Great Tusk, Brute Bonnet, Sandy Shocks, Screaming Tail, Slitherwing, Roaring Moon, and Fluttermane. These mons are really strong. They all have the same ability. Some are definitely better than others. So first one you have to watch out for is Iron Hands. Iron Hands is probably going to be a Trick Room mon, or just a good fake out user. And honestly, it's not that great. Why is it 0? Okay. It has a weird speed tier where it's not going to be the best Trick Room mon, but it's still going to be pretty good in Trick Room or a counter to Trick Room. It's access to fake out. Obviously, you could get Wild Charge, Drain Punch, and of course, Belly Drum. So this is probably going to be a mon you can see. It's got okay special defense, but you can always bulk it out, max it out, and max out its attack because it's got a pretty decent HP stat, and that's going to be somewhat of a common theme with a lot of these mons. Next one is Iron Jugulus, which is basically kind of like a weaker Hydreigon. I don't expect this to get a lot of usage. Most people would just use Hydreigon. Iron Moth, Poison Fire, it would be pretty good, except it doesn't get Quiver Dance, and its best poison type move is Sludge Wave. So if you don't know, Sludge Wave hits all mons, including your own. So you either have to run it next to a steel type, or you have to hit your Pokemon with a poison type move. Unless it has telepathy, which I think Gardevoir is maybe the only one. You got Iron Thorns. Iron Thorns is probably not going to get used that much. You'll probably end up using Tyranitar instead. It does still get the sand boost, but it doesn't set sand itself, so you would need a sand setter. Could you lead this next to a Tyranitar? I don't know if you would want a double rock weakness, but it actually has less base stats than Tyranitar, so mostly you're going to see Tyranitar still. Iron Treads is pretty good, and I think Great Tusk is better, but it has decent HP, high attack, high defense, so this could be another mon that you just slap an Assault Vest on. And it does get Iron Defense, Body Press, so you could do something like that. You can't do that with a Assault Vest though. Iron Valiant is pretty quick. Not the fastest, but will still do pretty good. But it doesn't get the sharpness ability like Gallade, so I don't know how much I would see this being used. It can be used as a mixed attacker because it's got a decent special attack. It has access to things like Moonblast and all that good stuff. But out of the Pokemon from Violet, you're probably going to see Iron Hands and Iron Bundle a lot. Now, Iron Bundle is stupid fast. $136. Put a Timid Nature on it. It hits 206. It's just barely missing Dragapult speed, but the thing is, like, Dragapult, unless it's carrying Thunderbolt, really can't hit this thing that hard. And then it has support moves like Icy Wind. You can get Chilling Water, Freeze Dry for the water type mons, and Flip Turn if you really wanted to. So this thing's highest attack, highest stat is its speed. So if you do get Electric Terrain on the field, it's going to get a +1 automatically, and it's going to be faster than Dragapult. So this thing, and even if you Choice Scarf it, it's going to put off a lot of power and a lot of speed control with Icy Wind. Great Tusk is another one. Really good defense, really good attack, really good base HP, crappy special defense. So I think in singles, people have been making this Terra Steel to boost up the defenses, and just, you can put an Assault Vest on it. You can get Earthquake, Headlong Rush, which was Ursaluna's signature move in Pokemon's Legends Arceus. So if you wanted anything, you'd probably go with Headlong Rush. The only downside is that it is basically a ground type close combat where it drops your defense and special defense by 1 every time you use it. You do also get access to close combat. And what about a steel type move? Ice Spinner to take away terrain. And Iron Head. You could also probably find a rock type move to put on it. Head Smash, it gets Head Smash, but that's half recoil. You could just throw a Rock Slide on it. I think Ice Spinner might see some usage here to get rid of terrains, because some of the Paradox mons we go on with will definitely want to take advantage of things like Psychic Terrain to stop priority. We got Brute Bonnet. Brute Bonnet is a really good Amoonguss. You don't even have to use it as an Amoonguss. It gets things like Sucker Punch, not Foul Play, Physical Grass move, because it's got a 127. Let's just double check that. Yeah, it's got a base 127 attack, and it's still got that bulk. So it is definitely going to hit hard. It's not going to be as slow as Amoonguss and Trick Room, but you still get access to the Spore, to the Rage Powder. We get Pollen Puff. It does get Pollen Puff. So you can literally just run it as an Amoonguss. It does definitely really get threatened by a U-turn from anything, especially a Mouscarada. That's how, when we were still playing OU doubles to test out teams, that's how I was handling it. I was U-turning on it with Mouscarada, and that could basically knock it out because it's 4 times weak to bug. That's not being that big of a deal, but the Sucker Punch is going to be really good, especially when you see Flutter Mane. Sandy Shocks, I don't think it's going to be used that much. It's got okay stats. It's fast, not that fast. But the thing is, like, you're still weak to ground. Screamtail is a really good support mon. It's really fast, but it gets access to Trick Room. That's what I know about it. Slitherwing. I haven't seen much about Slitherwing. Yeah. But it does have a high physical attack. get access to things like Bulk Up, Burst Impression, Flame Charge, which can increase your speed by 1, Flare Blitz, all that good stuff. And then our Scarlet Pokemon that you really have to watch out for is Roaring Moon and Fluttermane. Roaring Moon is a Hydreigon on steroids. It is super weak to Fluttermane, especially the fact that Fluttermane outspeeds it very easily. But I have heard of things going like Terra Flying with Booster Energy, Acrobatics, Dragon Dance, Protect, and I don't even know if it, like, I don't even know what the fourth move would be, but you burn the Booster Energy, your power of Acrobatics doubles, you can get a Dragon Dance and do really good damage. And then there's Fluttermane. Fluttermane, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball. One of the few mons that still gets Mystical Fire, and then you'll probably see Protect. The only thing about it is that it has a super weak defense, so it's definitely going to take advantage of Psychic Terrain because it is a very fast mon, so it is going to hit hard. So if it's next to an Indeedee, you can always try to take down the Psychic Terrain or try to switch it out, and then Sucker Punch with the Amoonguss or the Brute Bonnet. And then commonly on these, you'll see like a Focus Sash, our Choice Specs, our Choice Scarf, just max speed, max special attack, put 4 in HP, and you just try to play it smart and wipe out things with Dazzling Gleam, Mystical Fire, and Shadow Ball. You could go Terra Fairy, you could go Terra Ghost, you could go Terra Fire to boost that Mystical Fire to deal with Steel types that are going to threaten you with that Fairy typing. And also with these mons coming out with their abilities, Photosynthesis gets a boost to its highest stat in the sun or when it uses Booster Energy. So there are going to be mons like Torkoal being our Sunsetter and Pincurchin being our Electric Surge. The crazy thing is that both of these mons can be on the field at the same time, and their abilities don't conflict with each other. It's not like it's opposing weather or opposing terrains. But you could go a really slow Pincurchin and almost guarantee at least the first turn of Electric Terrain, which is really good. And this thing also does as well get access to Sucker Punch. So this thing could be a good threat to Fluttermane on lead, especially with the super low defense. And then you're also going to look at things that can set sun, that can set terrain. So when we look at things that get Sunny Day, there's Amoonguss, there's Annihilate. I don't think any of these. What you're really going to look for is the Prankster mons are the really fast ones. Dragapult, for example, I went against a Dragapult that was setting Sunny Day for a Skeledirge. So Grafaiai gets access to Sunny Day Prankster, Klefki Prankster Sunny Day, Sableye Prankster Sunny Day, Murkrow Prankster Sunny Day, Roly Prankster Sunny Day, all these things. And Murkrow also gets Tailwind, so you have to try to figure out, hey, is it going to boost or is it going to set up the Tailwind? Sableye has access to Fake Out, Klefki has access to Screens. And then let's look at Electric Terrain. So, not surprising at all that most of the Iron Mons do actually get access to electric terrain, so they could actually set their own terrain if they really want to. Most of these mons, when they are made, they're set up as sweepers, besides like Screaming Tail and Brute Bonnet. So I don't see them setting up their own electric terrain. It'll probably be next to things like Palmont or Kilowattrel. There's also Belly Bolt if you want to go the slower route, Electrode if you want to go fast. Actually, Electrode, like, yeah, fastest non-scarfed Pokemon on the field, and you can use it to set up electric terrain. So electric terrain with the Quark Drive and Sun with the Photosynthesis also stacks with booster energy, so they could even stack it if they really wanted to. But yeah, definitely I have a lot to learn about how these mons are played and how these mons are used. Like I said, I didn't really use them that much at the beginning when we were figuring things out, so I got a lot of learning to do. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments down below. Are you excited for the Paradox mons coming back? I think most people definitely are. But that's going to be all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, see you in the next one.